Hello, this is Joe to Avance. When I was lately asked what could mean the ending of a word in Yah, I have investigated playa for this, but it's not the best thing to have only one example, so that you have to look at things from different angles. And I remembered that there is another word ending in Yah, which is the word Maya, so I will take that one to investigate as well. My series is meant to describe letter positions which are considered to be positions of focus in a time and space context. And there's a system in it, which is a systematic way to give an order to all of these positions that are in balance to each other. So also in that kind of balance that we hear them, distinct them, and in all different ways distinct them very well from each other. So let's go and investigate Maya. The M on its own is like is the focus in a physical space. In that category, there are three categories in space, in timing, and in the time-space context. This one is about the physical space context. They can be distinct. They can create a distinction via points. So you have 1, 2, or 3 points that you can distinct. So these are some of the differences. You can distinct certain positions because they are all about positions by 1, 2, or 3 different positions in the middle, somewhere in the middle or at the edges. Any 1, 2, or 3 points. Here we have 3 points that make up that kind of distinction. They are actually kind of descriptions. How well do we distinct something? It's at the border, so there are 3 different areas. So that you can in total have 9 different focuses in space. The same thing can happen in a timing and in a contextual frame as well, but then also in 2 parts or 3 parts. So this is the simplicity of that system. The amount of distinctions is equally far away from each other. So here the M position is in physical space. It's with 3 points and the 3 points, and it is in the area of where the material starts to be dominating. Meaning is also one of these 1, 2, 3 points, so it's not just focusing upon where you can start from in the middle. No, it's where the material starts to dominate, and it's not where the border starts to dominate. Here the material starts to dominate at the border. So with 3 points, of course, 2 points will dominate on the surface, and it gives us a feeling as if it wants to breach the borders. It's not just one focus, it's actually a choice of focus, because that's that is how it's described in physical space. We focus upon something as if we make a distinction, that there could be more distinctions, but we follow the distinction that we think, okay, this is the most clear, so we follow that distinction. So also there is distinction between differences. So it could be, so you could even distinct the same thing with, instead of 3 points, you can express them with 6 points in which only 3 of them matters, so that you see where am I focusing upon. And there fits the M actually also quite well. That's that idea of breaching the surface. That's the potential expansion and extension actually towards its borders and limits. And the emphasis will be upon the material. And it can be associated from that point on as an extended materialization process. So the element, how I describe it now, is the end effect of its focus. The focus itself is just that position, but because of that position, we will try to organize it, and the kind of organization makes a different order, and the order here is a focus more upon how the material is behaving at the borders, and the end effect will be that of an association with materialization. So when I would just tell you, oh, the M is materialization, it's a derived feature. The real focus and the reason why this is so is because of this focus. It's the order of our mind. That's how it's built up, how all these letters build up. And I give you already an idea. So then why it is associated like that, why it is associated with materialization. It's only a matter of the geometrical effect of what it has, because we will give it an association, a 1, 2, 3 association. I can build them up, I can make a puzzle of that, and the end effect will be that of a materialization process. So for the starting point of Maya, we have a M, so this is the starting point for where the M is. If we would associate the M in a person, or associated with a person, then where will that be? Where will this breaching effect into 3 dominating parts, where will that be? Funny enough, it will be there where the body will find its extensions into 1, 2, 3 into its material, so in the body itself. And I am very much reminded of, it's not just the association with a woman, which is also the starting point of Ma as well, because Ma is man actually, usually, but the basic parts of M with extensions is also the body with the arms and the head is also already man, but with an extra focus on where the Ma exceeds even there. I will have the not just man as a figure, but I will have the Ma man, the Ma, the mother figure here, which I easily can associate with this prehistoric figure of the Venus of Milo, which is of course in everybody's unconsciousness already, because it's really almost like a symbolic vision. That's when you start to exaggerate this Ma even more, and the extension of exaggerations is going into the direction of the Y, and that's the Y. So when you start to exaggerate it, there is that sense of materialization coming to an exaggeration, following the materialization process itself is also following. At first, when you follow Ma and Ma, you follow the expectations. You have expectations where it's going to. If you follow it from a materializing sense, you have the Ma-ya actually, because then you start to follow what is sensed, where it is breaching its materialization process in more and more material and more attention and more and more. And then you come into a different area. It is where this body is really extending, and you exaggerate this extending, you get into this reflection area. It's that these reflections are like almost like the moon reflection. And when you associate this with a person, you get actually an emphasis on parts which are already no longer so necessary anymore, not necessary for the essence where things comes from. You follow this as if you follow the material itself and all what it comes out, the glow which comes out, the energy which comes out. And you exaggerate and come into the region of overestimation actually of that materialization process. And you follow also unnecessary directions, because this is not just about what is materializing itself for a reason. No, you just follow it because of it material already at that point. And there you will start to show an affection to the reflections themselves, as the moon figure itself. The moon could become the cult of the moon, even. Then you could think, okay, am I not exaggerating? It's that cult of the moon thing. No, it's because the physicality of M, when which glows almost like in trying to breach out its materialistic sense, gives that sense more or less, and the association is easily made. Maya, which comes to that, it is the region of Maya, shows all these extensions, which for me also gives me already the impression of these weird forms that come out also as if they grow from the material itself, as well as you can see in the art of the Mayans as well. But Maya has also a meaning in the region of Indian origins, and you have that term Maya, which is associated with the term that means illusion or even magic, but actually is easily understood from this image that I show you. It's that appearance that you have. There's an appearance as if it comes forth from an extension of what is growing out of it, like the mama, which is important. You have some desires that you want to achieve because she's bigger than life. She creates almost a response to every desire, which is immediately visible and sensible. When you think this is almost like a physical extension of your world of experiences, you associate it from there, not from the origin where all things comes from. You identify it with how the appearance of the material grows further and could even grow beyond that. And it says also it's that appearance of the phenomenal world. You make a mistake by identifying it with the body-mind complex and its entanglements in the illusory nature of things. That's what that means. The Maya is when you have an affection somewhere and something glows, it's an end effect. It's not a source of where everything comes from. And when you let it even exceed that point, where you have from Ma to Maya, you come into that region of reflections, of illusions as well. And that's where that comes from. So when I again will derive Ya from it, the ending of this word, also here it once more leads us to the extension of things. And once departed from where it is sensed physically, its inner nature remains actually physical. So it is an illusion that you will create a deeper essence from it. It's a phenomena. It's an extension of where you start from. So much more important, instead of looking for where you end into that extension as if it's a goal of its own. Every word with Ya in the end will have that ability to interpret the importance of two options, or you exaggerate that where you have to land to, where you have to go to, or where it will do to the reflection of where it is going beyond what you normally see is also part of where you go. Where do you start from? What is your starting idea? What do you want to extend? What is your inspiration? If this first part of the word is the source of what you will get in the end, it's much more important not to focus too much on the results, on the end results and so on, but on how do you produce this? What are you producing? What is the sense that you are producing? So also in Maya, it starts from Ma and then goes over to Ya. The Ya is actually nothing more than the extension of that Ma. I hope this was clear enough from the position of letters interpretations. It gave you also more insight in what the ja actually does to a word. Okay, this was part 2 of that idea. I hope you enjoyed. Some books to prepare you, some website and some Facebook page, and this YouTube channel, of course. Thanks again. Bye.